Hi folks, it's Gail of Lifestyle Obedience Training for the Real World, and we're going to increase Sequoia's knowledge of the leash work. She's been doing really good, knowing to keep her eyes on me, but the transition that I'm looking for is that I'm not telling her she can't look at things. It's if you can't see me, you shouldn't be looking in that direction. So the dog has to learn to position itself so it can see me and the other things that are going on in its environment. So right now you can see she's going behind me, looking in the other direction. That would require a correction. I have put on a pinch collar on her because she just got really animated. She just loves the other dogs. So just a little bit more of a suggestion, if you will, that she should be keeping her eyes on me. You'll see that she looks up at me a lot, and I don't pay attention to that because that's not what I'm asking for. I'm really asking for the dog to keep me within its line of vision while you take in the environment as to what's going on. I talk about reasonable interest, not reactiveness. All right, let's see how she does. So you'll see I have my dogs out just wandering around. You'll see me sometimes walk in front of her so she can see the other dogs. She's successful, no correction. Then I'll move behind her, loose leash. I'll try to move behind her. She says, no, you're not going to. So now I'm going to stand for a long period. This leaning on me and hugging and stepping on my feet. Very smart. I don't allow it though. She says, if I touch you, Gail, I don't have to look at you. So I break that touch by just moving away. She can see me. I'm within her line of vision. If I step here to her shoulder, she fixes it. Very good. So I'm not going to praise that looking up at me right now. I want her to know I'm really trying to teach her by exposing her to my expectation. We think teaching is an active touch, hands, cookie, position. There's always a lesson being taught, sometimes to our advantage and sometimes to our disadvantage. It's just a matter, can I accomplish the dog thinking, can I accomplish this behavior without any adverse correction? Well, then I guess I can repeat that behavior if there's no adverse correction. She's looking past me. What a good girl. I'm going to praise her, let her know that's acceptable. Good is my word that lets her know what you're doing is making me happy. It's acceptable. Good girl. She's looking past me. All acceptable. Now, if this guy moves, see how she's turning, looking back, turning? That's what I'm looking for. Look what she did. She just put me on the other side of this guy. If I say his name, he'll come over. See how she's moving with me? So just standing. I talk about this being a standing exercise. We all want to walk. Not until this dog understands what the expectation on the leash is, and a full expectation, am I really going to take her for a walk? Because when we walk, every step we take, it's basically a new environment. They lead with their nose, a new sniff, a new sniff, a new sniff. I want her to know exactly what I'm asking of her before I give her that much stimulation. Loose leash. She obviously is interested in something over there, but she's keeping me within her line of vision. If I move again here, what a good girl. That's what I'm going to praise, that she moves with me. What a good girl. Yeah, a good girl. Yeah, a good girl. Yeah. I'm going to move out here. Remember, we take a few steps, different environment. Good girl. What a good girl. But I'm going to have a relaxed position, body language. Because again, we want to take our dogs with us and not always be, this regimented training. I want my dog to work for me because I've already put the work in. She she can see my feet. My feet are in her line of vision. If I move where she can't see me, that's very good. That's very good. As long as I see her positioning herself so she can see me. Now I want to show you this. Gyro. I'm going to let her off. I'm going to put gyro on. Now he's on the leash. Look at the change in the body language. If I move out of his line of vision, now I talk about freedoms are earned. Gyro's 12 years old. He's been doing this a long time. He has earned the freedom to actually look away and put me out of his line of vision because he knows I can't pull her. I can't leave her. All right? So you will see him look away at times, but you'll never see him get that leash or move away from me. Look at her. She doesn't realize, because I still have the leash in my hand, she doesn't realize she's free. I'm going to get her running around. Okay, okay, come on, okay, okay. I want her to know she's loose. Gyro. And I want to work gyro for you. And there's going to be activity here. Watch how he behaves. Boy. So you see what I'm talking about? He puts himself to the other side of me to see the activity. He, again, can see me here if I move here. If he wants to see what's going on, he has to put himself on this side or make sure. You see that? So we create this thinking dog. He can move with me. We create this thinking dog. As long as you are the top of their thoughts, reactivity, any pulling, you're just going to not have an issue with that. All right, keep working on it. God bless. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get her now that she's got all this energy up. Let's go put her back on the leash. Now, remember, I don't call a dog and give them something they don't want. She'd much rather do what she's doing. How do you know your dog wants to do something? It's doing it. All right? Unless you're in control telling it to do something else. So I'm going to call Sio Bear. Watch this. Sio Bear. And guess who came along with him? So we are the smarter of the two species. We got to use our intelligence, folks. I get so many of you, how do I do this? How do I do that? Come on, let's think about it. All right, she's on the leash. I'm going to say her name, Sequoia. The leash is in my hand. She sees that. Come on, Sequoia. So she's all amped up here. Something's tickling her underneath here. Let's see what's going on. Got a little something annoying. All right. So back to the leash work. Oh, that's beautiful. We got Mulligan racing around. But look at that. What? There she goes. Up. And I don't move far. I just give the indication I moved. You should watch me when I move away from you. Otherwise, you're going to feel that collar. Come on, Nicky. Come on, Nicky. See how she moves closer to me when he ends up behind her and where she can't see me? You have to turn and keep your eyes on the dog to know whether or not they're abiding by the expectation. Sequoia, come on. That's silly. Come on. Come on. If she's in my line of vision at all, there's no correcting. I'll encourage her to get closer to me. She doesn't have to be close to me, just that I wanted her over here.
forgot what I wanted to say. Gyro is such a silly dog. So that leash work accomplishes so much, but the main thing it accomplishes is that you are the authority figure. They keep their eyes on the authority figure. I could put Sio Bear on the leash, but let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to put him on the leash. I say his name. I want to get the Sio Bear. Attaboy. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to become boring. The environment is going to be the interesting thing. And he looks away. I walk away. Look at that. The attention is that much higher. I remembered what I wanted to say. I like to ask, how trained do you want your dog? Well, we want them pretty trained, right? And you think out, what positions am I going to put my dog in? I'm going to take it to the soccer game. I want to go for a hike, take it to the beach, or it's just a house pet. So that's what you train it for. That's it. So I stand for long periods of time. Stand and stand and stand. So that dog learns to pay attention to me for a long period of time. A soccer game is a long period of time. A picnic is a long period of time. If your dog is just hanging around your house, you hardly have to do the leash work. But again, number one purpose for the leash work is the dog recognizes you as the authority figure. Look at this guy standing here on this side of me, in front of me, keeping his eyes on me, but he's looking at what's going on over here. Let me move further away. Come on. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. Couldn't go get that and keep me in his line of vision, could he? Look at where he put himself, behind me. He's got all this. So I'm going to move out of his line of vision with this kind of distraction, and he's going to move with me. Sio Bear has not earned the freedom that Gyro has. I'm going to take him off the leash. I'm going to tell him, okay, show him that I have no leash in my hand. Off he goes. This is great communication with your dogs, folks. And it's so minimal to work with. The two exercises that put you in the leadership role. Let's do this. So on that chair, remember I talk about the two exercise. One is a verbal, an N-O, stop doing what you're doing. And the other is the visual, the leash work that we just went over. So I just put that sandwich there. That sandwich is it's a hamburger roll with some bacon grease just rubbed on it. All right, you see all the dogs not paying attention to it. Oh, we got some interest there. No! And that's what the no is all about. Now, I don't have the leash on Sequoia. But she's responding to that NO really well, so I'm pretty confident that if she gravitates over to it. But you see how they're leaving it alone? I say to people, work with this exercise. You have a dinner party, the dogs think you're training in mass, and they go and they lie down. Look what they've done. They went and lay down. They're not out running around playing. Sequoia is, though, the 6-month-old. But the older dogs are like, maybe we get an opportunity to get some of that. All right, folks. It's really a very simple waiting. See, I don't scold the thought at this point. I really want to scold the how far will she take that thought, and then you decide. I don't even want my dog's nose on heading towards, and I wouldn't either. I typically wouldn't allow the dog get that close. But I really wanted to see, would she really take that? But I didn't think she'd take it because she is pretty good. We've worked with this a lot. Okay. Wait for the dogs. Okay never means you can eat my food. Okay means you can go ahead and do within the boundaries I've given you. So a boundary is you don't ever get to eat my food off my plate. Now if I were to take a piece, watch this. Take a piece. Okay. Okay. All right. So I can say that, but I've never said okay and eat it off my plate. Actually, I did put a plate down for Sayo Bear to lick off of the other day, and he wouldn't lick off of it. 2 exercises. Become the authority figure. And the rest is a blast. Sayo Bear, come on up here. Yeah.
God bless.